Good morning, students. This is Harshara teacher from St. Thomas Bethany Convent School, and today we are going to learn the writing skill topic, which is speech writing. I know everybody are familiar with the word speech, but there are some criteria so that your speech will be very effective and you will get the full marks for it. And I know that maybe you know that for the oral exam, speech is very essential thing, and from the speech writing you will get and you will score the more marks in the oral exam. Obviously, as already I have told you, and in the unit test exam also, what I did, I have given one topic, and on that topic you have to speak at least 2 minutes. But in that 2 minutes, what I have observed that you have not having that much command on the language, and you don't know properly how to give the speech or how to write the speech. See, once you know how to write or how to give a good speech, you will able to do it nicely. So that, my dear students, today I decide to tell you the essential thing for writing or presenting a speech. Okay, so first of all, how to write a good speech. Once you write a good speech, you can give a good speech, correct? So, we will start with the how to write a good speech. A format of a good and effective speech is very simple. It consists of 3 points only. As I told, each and every writing skill has this 3 point. What is that? First is introduction, next is body, and third is conclusion. So, introduction means the topic introduction. 6 simple tips you need to keep in mind while drafting your speech. All you need to remember is your chocolate drink during your childhood days. So I think now also, even I am also sometimes hungry, I am also having these kinds of drinks, that is Horlicks. This will help you remember how to write your speech effectively and flawlessly, because once you go through it, you will be happy to write a speech in a proper manner. So let's start with the Horlicks. So what is the Horlicks? Horlicks H. H is means hook. What is hook? Develop a hook. What exactly hook? You need to capture the attention at the beginning of the speech as mentioned earlier. It can be through a hook. Hook means what? Humorous story you can say it, the anecdote you can state, and starting statistic you can do it, or an impressive quote you can say, or you can say any poem, you can say any quotes by saying by somebody, someone important person, that also you can do. So in this way you can catch the attention of the audience. It means hook. Take the hook of the audience. Then organize your ideas. So offer a preview of what has to come in the introduction, and be sure you follow this point in order. So, once you organize your idea, it will be easy to produce your idea in front of the audience, and that you have to do it. Then, R for that is rapport. Rapport means what? The relationship with the audience. Once you hook the audience, then you organize your idea, then you have to establish your relationship with the audience. And once you establish your credibility as a speaker by demonstrating your connection to the topic, and a good speech is always written from the point of view of the audience. Imagine they are sitting next to you and eagerly waiting to hear you. Give them a name if possible, and help make them real. So write as if you are talking directly to them, or you can visualize the thing in front of them. Once you once you successfully in visualize the thing in front of them, you will achieve the success over there. Your speech will be very impressive. And the most important thing of the speech is language. Check the tone of your language even when you draft a speech. It is right for occasion, subject matter, and your audience. The length of your sentence should not be too long or complicated. So, if you make your sentence too much complicated and too much long, nobody is going to pay attention towards you. So that whenever you are drafting a speech or whenever you are presenting a speech in front of the audience, your sentence should be not too much complicated and not too much long. Remember, you are writing oral language. You have to write as if you are explaining, telling, or showing something to someone. As teacher, as we are using the language in front of you, we are using simple language in front of you. We are not using too much complicated vocabulary, too much complicated sentences in front of you, so that you can understand it. Then, did you get that? Of course you did. Right, let's move it along. How many of you are aware of this fact? Not many, I'm sure. So, this kind of sentences you may use while drafting a speech or presenting a speech. It means you are knowingly making a part the audience of your speech. And once you will make them believe that you are also a part of my speech, then it will be very good for you, and you will be deliver impressive speech in front of them. You will be draft impressive speech right now. Then the next one is interesting. See, even when the topic is not interesting for the audience, then it will be not easy to take their attention, and it will be not easy to give the impressive speech, and it will be not easy to draft a speech also. Your speech has to captivate the audience. You need to make it interesting by sharing your personal experience. Some newspaper headlines, astonished facts, and humorous idea you may present in front of them. Even the incident also you can present over there. Then last, that is the conclusion. There are two last thing. It is very important. End your speech with an attitude, not a platitude. Platitude means not say that this is how I'm going to end the speech. So it is not a way to end the speech. You have to show your attitude towards the audience, like this is my speech and this is I want to say you, and focus on one word in the quotation and emphasizes that your word to echo your final point. Leading speakers and their speeches like a opera star on a high note, vocally and intellectually. So whatever you have to say, that you have to say it in a high note. Then last word linger. Last word crystallize your thought. Then cleanse your message and mobilize your audience. Means whatever you are giving, whatever the message you are giving, at the last you have to give it very loudly, and you it should be very catchable to the audience. In a simplified word, what we can say, remember your speech should be very simple, concise, and clear. Fewer words, clearer points. As mentioned earlier, avoid lengthy sentences. Use appropriate vocabulary and do not try to include too many points in a one speech only. Then split transition. It is also very important. Your audience attention will naturally wane after some time. So keep it short but impressive. They are those magical words and phrases that help your content flow smoothly. So they help your audience to understand your message. Like for example, transition between the similar ideas. Likewise, similarly, we see the same thing if you consider. So, like this transition you can use, and the support like quote you can use by saying XYZ, and we can say the introduction body, let's begin with something, and for the conclusion what we can say, in short what we have seen now. So I sometimes I am also concluding whatever I have taught, correct? So like in this way, this transition, this kinds of keywords you can use while drafting and delivering the speech. And do not forget to thank your audience after the conclusion or while you are concluding your speech. So you have to be very particular for the thanking you. Then after that we will see obviously what we are doing everything for it for the marks. So what will be the marking scheme for the speech? First, format 1 mark, then the content obviously got 2 marks, and the language it's 2 marks. So, like this, you will get the 5 marks. And length of the speech almost 18 to 20 lines or more than that. Maybe according to your handwriting, it should be one at least one page for the 5 marks. And if you follow the mentioned tips, nobody can stop you for scoring high marks, and more than 4.5 marks you will get. In short, for speech writer writing, remember greeting everybody. So good morning, good afternoon, like this greeting also you can use. And the salutation or the greeting, the dignitaries, the audience. So that also you have to mention over there. Then introduction of the topic. So I feel indeed privileged for having been given this opportunity to express my opinion on a very thought provoking topic. So, like this, you have to introduce your topic and body, short story, proverbs, example, facts, incident that you have to include in the main body of the speech. Then the conclusion, as I already told, just as a thankful heart conveys 1,000 words, I would like to conclude my speech with a simple thank you. Thank you for being such a patient and wonderful audience. So you have to appreciate the audience also. Or I hope my speech has given you enough food for a thought. So that also you may use for concluding your speech. I hope all of you have understood whatever I have told previously. Just we will take one review on it. So, how to write a good speech? So, as I have told that there is only 3 points you have to remember. There are 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. This is the format of the speech. And the tips already I have given, that is the hallmarks. One is hook, capture the attention of your audience. Then O is organize your ideas. Then R means relationship with the audience. L means language. You have to use a particular language which will help you to draft a nice speech in front of the audience, and you can catch your audience till the ending of your speech. So, like this language, you have to use grammatically correct, vocabulary correct, simple sentence, and catchy sentence you have to use. Then next, your speech should be very interesting, and so that nobody can leave the attention from you and your words. Then last, but the best thing, that is the conclusion. In this conclusion, you have to end your speech by giving thank to your audience, and you can use the transition whatever I have done. In short, we are going to conclude this like this. You can use, and I hope my speech has given you enough food for thought. Like this quote also you can use, and you can use the quotes of important person for concluding your speech also. And simply you have to remember that your speech should be simple and clear, fewer words and clearer points, and mention that earlier avoid the lengthy sentence. Then use appropriate vocabulary. Do not try to include too many points at once, that you have to remember. And the transition, already I have told you about the transition. And the marking scheme, as I told you, format, content and language. Format 1 mark, content 2 marks, language 2 marks. And the tips already I have given you, so that you have to use. Then greetings, salutations, then introduction of the topic. You can use the body, consists of short story, proverb, then example, and the incidents also, or the facts also you can use over there. And the conclusion, you have to thankful for the audience for listening you. So like this you can write the speech. Now we'll just see one example of the speech, Independence Day speech. Freedom is never dear at any price. It's the breath of life. Okay. So see, this is the Independence Day speech. So it is very important, and I know every year we are celebrating Independence Day, and you have to give a speech on the occasion of Independence Day. So that I have choose this speech. Freedom is never dear at any price. It's the breath of life. What would a man not pay for living? A very good morning to one and all present here. See, this speech have quoted with the lines, freedom is never dear at any price. It's the breath of life. So what would a man not pay for living? So these are the quotes you are used to start the speech to catch the audience attention. Then a greeting is there. It gives a immense pleasure to welcome you all to Independence Day celebration in our school. We have all gathered here to commemorate this red letter day and also the sacrifice of our very brave freedom fighter. India was known as the golden bird before the British stole of all her economy. We have come way far away from the today. But the question I would like to ask at this point is how far it? Have we actually touched the skies of democracy and development? The answer to this is no. And the solution is to reimagine the India of our dream. So here, the speech, those who are giving the speech are asking some question to the audience to catch the attention of them. India and establishing the relationship with the audience. India seems like to a utopia on paper, but in reality, lack of implementation has ruined the goals and dreams of our nation. And what is why we need to rebuild the India of our dreams. We need to respect each and every individuals, no matter who they are and what they do. We need to create awareness about education. We need to kill all orthodox beliefs. And the most importantly, we need to get serious about the laws we have. We need to value freedom that we have rather than misusing it. We need to understand the values of equality, justice, fraternity, secularism, etc. So, in this way, it is giving the example of why we are celebrating the Independence Day and what happened after the independence. The situation, the fact is present over here. And after that, the conclusion of the speech. To conclude my speech, I would just like to say a few words. Here, also quoting, let's not take our independence for granted. Let's do our bit to make India a better place and create a legacy to live for and a legacy to die for. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram. So, like this, after giving the slogan, we can end the speech of Independence Day. So, I hope all of you have understood how to write a speech and how to deliver the speech in front of the audience. Okay, and you will score a good marks if you follow these tips. Thank you, students. Thank you very much. And watch the video and afterwards write this speech. I'll give you the pic of this speech. Thank you so much. Have a good day.